If there's one thing I learned from this movie, it's this. I gotta lose weight. Cue title scene. Just to settle things now, no. I was not a big fan of the first 300 movie. Why? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of over the top and silly. And yeah, that was fun and it made the movie enjoyable and a good time. But as far as like making me want to go back and watch it again, all that stuff, it didn't really do that for me. And so going into this movie, I was a little bit worried. You know, would it be the same thing? Would it be worse? Because this movie got pushed back and there was all this trouble with it and everything. But, to be perfectly honest, I really like this movie. It's nothing special. It's not some great, historically accurate, beautiful feature that will inspire you. I hope not. But, for what it is, it's a fun, enjoyable movie. Basically, it's the same thing as the first film, only instead of focusing on the Spartans versus the Persians, it's the Athenians versus the Persians. And that actually does make the film feel different, because where the Spartans were a warrior race, they only cared about fighting and destruction and serving the state. With the Athenians, they felt more like real, relatable people. They cared when their allies died. They didn't really want to go to war. They felt they had to, and all that stuff came through great. And that really worked because our main character, Themistocles something or other, was a real relatable, down-to-earth guy. Yeah, he was over the top in that way you expect a 300 movie to be, but it gave me something to latch onto and made the film make me care. And the other performance that made me care was Eva Green. Holy crap, that woman is smoking hot, and holy crap, she's an evil psycho in this movie. She basically sells the villains for this film. And basically, you know, they're coming to invade and destroy, and the movie's happening before 300 and during 300 and after 300, so it's not really a sequel, whatever. But you know what? Because you have these two opposite but equal sort of, you know, forces going on with being portrayed by actors who are doing a great job with it, it makes the film feel more relatable and connectable. Which helps, because a lot of everything else in this movie is pretty crazy. Like, you know, the green screen I actually think is worse than in the first 300. Like, you could see around people's beards that, you know, you could sort of see the green haze a bit. The CGI blood is all over the place, and I get that. It's a 300 movie. It's trying to be stylistic and all that stuff, but it looked fake and more fake than in the first movie. And that's because the sequel, I think maybe it came out a little too late than it should have, because realistically, we've now seen this over and over again. The crazy stylized CGI blood, the slow-mo whenever action scenes happening, all that stuff has just been beat to hell, and that's because of the first 300. And even though remembering that helped me enjoy a lot of the movie, it did kick in, especially towards the end, where it did just start turning into the same movie. And yeah, essentially the best way to sum it up, if you love the first 300, if you really enjoyed it, you'll love this movie. If you liked the 300 movie and you enjoyed it enough, you'll also enjoy this movie. If you hated 300, you're probably going to hate this movie even more. But nevertheless, that doesn't change what the movie is. I will say 300 Rise of an Empire is an 8 out of 10 on the action movie scale. The action's awesome, kick-ass, the actors are having fun, they're playing characters they're clearly enjoying, and you know what? The story for what it is fun to follow. Not a great movie, but yeah, a good one. And that's the best you can hope for. Now, what's your favorite, like, historical thing you want to get turned into a movie? Maybe it's something that's already been done, because let's face it, we always love a good historical action flick. I personally want to see George Washington take on those vampires. But enough of that. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe, because how long is it till Captain America comes out? Darn it, still gotta wait for that one.